For the new students who've just been promoted to intermediate, there are two things you have to understand when you're in intermediate. First is when you play games, you will be writing moves. So you have to bring a book and pen every class to write moves. It's better if you give one book where you can write all your games throughout the classes. Second thing is we'll be playing one particular opening for the first 20 days of the month. So this month for the first 20 days, we'll be playing the Ruy Lopez. Yes, Ashwin?
So beginners train you.
No, just from intermediate they do. So who can tell me the moves of the Ruy Lopez? Okay, Ashvik, next move for white.
E5, knight to f3,
Knight
knight c6, then bishop to e7.
B5. So what is this called?
Italian.
So the most popular opening amongst like people who are just not professionals is this, the Italian. But the most popular amongst the top players used to be the Ruy Lopez, the Spanish. Nowadays they play either this or this. Both are equally popular at the top level. So this month we're going to discuss this opening. Why is this move played? Yes.
Sir, because if you take the knight, then pawn take. After you take the knight, the
Pawn takes
defense
back.
of that, the e5 pawn is gone.
So you're going to win a pawn.
Yeah.
So if I say a6, if I play a6, you're winning a pawn.
Yes, sir.
Who can tell Strenik what is wrong with that, Shaurya?
So if he moves that, he can.
Bishop takes, pawn takes. He's saying he has won a pawn. What do you say?
So then he can take.
Take what? Wait. No need to raise hands now. Let him answer first. You don't have an answer? But then why do you raise hands? Okay, Ashvik, what is wrong with what Strenik?
After that, then you can play queen to d4.
Yeah, this is not a free pawn. What you took is not free. Black will play queen to d4 and black will get back your pawn with interest because now you won't be able to castle. Like after knight moves, queen takes pawn. Queen e2. This is slightly better for black. Like it's equal but very slightly better. White is supposed to be better in the opening. This is not what is supposed to happen. Yeah, queen to, you can play knight f6 or queen takes queen. Either way is fine.
I think queen is better.
Yeah, white won't be able to castle, but you know, castling is not that
So I
required.
know where Pranit is.
Where Pranit is?
So he played cricket with goal.
Oh, the other Pranit. Okay. So, that means taking that pawn is not a good idea. This is not what white wants. Now, white wants to get an advantage, right? By playing this, playing an opening. The aim is to get an advantage. If white is not getting an advantage, then it's a bad opening that white plays. So let's go back. Hello, Ahan. We are discussing the opening of the month. The Ruy Lopez, also called the Spanish.
Or the Italian plus plus.
So e4, e5,
It's called
knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5. And now, what is the main move here for black Arab? What should black do here? One second. Pawn to pawn a6. This is the main move because black is saying, I'm just attacking a bishop. You have to go back. If you take, you can take, but you won't be able to take here. That will be bad for you. So basically, white's main move here would be yes, Shrenik.
So just go back to
Yeah, bishop to a4.
a4.
Yeah, a4, not c4. If you want to play c4, then why do you allow this for free? Then you can directly play the Gioco Piano, the Italian. Na? If you're playing Ruy Lopez, it's to play this. Yeah.
They can play the
Hi,
bird.
Adar.
They can play the bird.
Yeah, we'll discuss all that later in other class. Right now, we're discussing the main line.
So many new people.
Yeah, Atar was also being promoted to intermediate, just like Praneeth and Strenik.
And
Rayansh is yet to arrive in this batch yet. He has been promoted, but he won't come today, right?
He'll come at 31st.
31st.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, his mom said after 13th, after the vacation, he'll come.
Sir, I think he'll come back at 23rd.
Okay, anyway, let's focus back here. This is all important. Those who understand more will be able to play better when you play games in class. And you can play this opening in your other games, chess.com tournaments, wherever you want. So learning this opening is very important. We are learning an opening called Ruy Lopez. It's also called the Spanish. So basically, e4, e5, knight out, and bishop to b5. This is the opening you will be playing in class when you play against each other for the first 20 days of the month. Yeah. So now blacks, yes, what happened?
Rest 10 days.
Rest 10 days you can play any opening you want. So first 20 days, this opening will play in class. So black plays a6. White plays bishop a4. Now what is the best move for black, guys? Yes,
Sir,
ready.
develop the pieces.
What move?
Sir, knight first.
Knight f6. Okay. What should white do? This is an important thing to understand now. Shaurya, if you are white, what will you do?
Oh, I would have played c4.
What c4?
Pawn c4.
Pawn to c4. Why are we playing another pawn in the opening? It doesn't help in. You're controlling the center, but it's weakening the square. It's not ideal in the opening. In the opening. c3. Okay. One second. Arav.
Knight c3.
Knight c3. Ahan, what will you play for white in this position?
So, castles.
Castles. Okay. And what do you say, Pranit, if you are white? Knight c3. And Atar?
Knight c3.
Okay. So the best move is not knight c3. You want to defend your pawn. That's why you play knight c3.
Pawn d3.
Pawn c3 is bad. You just take your pawn, Mr.
So, what about pawn d3?
Yeah, pawn d3. See, the thing is, when you play Italian or Ruy Lopez, you don't want to put a knight here. You want to put a pawn there. That's what I've been telling you all these times. To play pawn c3 and then pawn d4. Yeah, pawns. But now it's not good. Now he will just take your pawn for free. So pawn c3 is not good. d3 is okay, and then c3, and then d4 is one way to play. But the thing is, the best move of white is what Ahan told. Did you understand that there's a threat, Ahan?
Yes.
But you're still castling.
Yes.
That's a correct move. Just castle. Because this is not really a problem.
So, then e1 to e1.
Not rook e1. There are two options here actually. So rook e1 is the second best move. You will get back your pawn, but an even better move is who can find out the best move here for white. You have to think properly. Wait 1 second, let everyone think. Okay, how many of you decided? Okay, Atar. Vihan didn't even see the position, you already decided. Okay, Atar.
Pawn to d3.
Pawn to d3, then the knight just goes back. He just came and took your pawn. You don't want to win the pawn back?
No, sir, then you can do take your bishop out. Do g5.
I'll bring my bishop out. You're down a pawn. He took your pawn. So you want to get back the pawn, right? Okay, Vihan.
So, bishop takes knight,
Bishop takes knight, pawn takes back.
and then knight takes
That's okay, but there's a much better move. If you want to get back the pawn, you can just play rook e1.
Sir, that's
You don't need to
so
give
nice.
1 second. You don't need to 1 second. You don't need to give up your bishop. That nice bishop, you don't need to exchange it. You can just play rook e1 and win the pawn. But there's a better move. Ashvik.
So knight takes e5.
I take your knight for free.
So rook to e1.
Huh. Then I play d5. Oh, I can't play d5. So that's also fine. The best move. That is okay. You are giving up your piece, but you'll get back your piece, and you get the pawn. Right? Best move here is d4. Tempting black to take one more pawn. But if black takes that pawn,
Sir,
now we play rook e1. The difference is now there's an open file. So now the knight is almost gone.
So, it cannot even move because it's a pin.
Yeah, it's a pin. So now what will black do to defend the knight?
So,
Vihan.
so black will play pawn to f5.
F5, huh? Then we'll take the pawn. Then we take the pawn and we are threatening f3. Black can play other than f5. There's one more move that black can play.
So
What is
queen,
Scenic?
So,
Scenic.
d5.
Yeah, d5 is the more natural thing to do because f5 opens up the king side as well.
But I think it's doubling pawns.
How is it doubling pawns? You're up 2 pawns, mister. White is up down by 2 pawns. Doubling pawns is the least of the problems for black. White has lost 2 pawns, right? Are we just going to double their pawns and say 2 pawns, no problem?
Sir,
If I double their pawns, it's fine.
Sir, at
You have to understand what we have patience. You have to understand the full picture. Just one small factor is not going to define the whole game. Right now, the main thing is white has given away 2 pawns. So we are trying to get that back with a good position. So here you need to think properly. What is the best move for white? If black plays d5, who can find the best move in this position? We are almost winning now. Arav.
Sir, knight to d4.
Yeah, we just take the pawn. What are our threats? What are we threatening?
Capturing the
Knight takes knight is a threat because then we do a fork.
And then
Other threat? Yeah, this is also a threat. So that means black cannot defend both. This threat is winning a piece for white. The piece is pinned, so f3 will win the piece. And this is winning an exchange. So this means white is completely winning.
sir, why
Yeah.
can't black just play king d7?
King d7. Oh, king d7. That's a good try. If you do that,
Then it's just.
the king will not be safe. So first of all,
It can
second.
be castle.
Of course, it cannot be castle. So king is not safe because he cannot castle. But wait, what is the best way to defend? I mean, play against that. He can play queen. Queen check. He'll move the king back.
Sir, if it was a queen back, then we just take the
We can just play quietly, like moves like knight f5, threatening this. Once you do this, your king is never safe. This is just terrible position for you. For two pawns, I mean, for one pawn, this is not what black wants, no? So king d7, not ideal. So this
Sir,
position is
even that will be a free knight if the king moves knight, then the knight moves. Sir, if the king moves to d7,
king moves to d7,
knight to f5,
knight to f5,
and then let's say
king moves. You're saying this is a free piece. That's a good point. So let's go back again. You want to find? Let's find the best move here.
So wait.
Instead of knight f5
So
or
what
yeah.
about queen g4?
Queen g4, king goes back. What are we doing?
So now
Takes what?
take the knight.
I take your queen.
Or
So you can also take the queen. King will take back. We are down a pawn, no? So we need more. So this king cannot be allowed to survive. What's the best option here?
the bishop takes the knight once.
Why give up the nice bishop? Pawn takes then. Why are you simply exchanging off without any reason? If there's a follow-up, I understand. Just like that, why exchange? So I believe the best move here is just c4.
Yes.
You want to open up the position, right? So if
Sir,
black
if
takes, then it's gone. If black can never take, if black
It goes
takes,
in the queen's line. The king is in the queen's
what is the move? What is the winning move here, Praneeth? White to play and win. Best move for white. What c6? When you tell the move, tell the piece and the move. Knight takes knight. Shaurya, what do you say?
So we take the rook.
You take the rook. How do you take the rook?
I mean, we take the knight.
Which knight?
You knight on e4.
Rook takes knight. Okay. What do you say, Ahan? Best move here.
So wrong.
Calmness. Queen g4. Okay. Yes. Athar.
So, knight to d6.
Knight to d6. Sir. How will you go here?
No, sir, knight to c6.
C6. See, those who are saying queen g4 and rook takes knight. 1 second. Patience. Those who are saying all these moves. Already dinner is served.
Yes,
You are
sir,
like going out.
d6.
Can Shaurya be quiet now? When I'm speaking something, please don't interrupt. Others are listening. So you need to be quiet. Let everybody understand. So what I was saying was, already you made a threat here. Can you sit down with? Already you prepared a threat here. You are like ignoring that completely. And then bringing the queen here or taking this. Why? You already have everything you need here. If you are not seeing that, that means you need to do more discovered attack tactics, puzzles. Puzzles with discovered attack. This is like a basic discovered attack. Just knight takes knight wins the full queen. It's a check. It will almost be checkmate and you will win the queen.
Sir, plus the king can't take the knight.
Yeah, bishop is there. So
And if the king
The
moves
king will
anywhere
have to
else,
go-
then it's a free queen because the knight is
yeah,
okay.
if he goes here, it is checkmate. Queen takes queen is mate. So king has to go here. I mean, or they can block. That will be better for them. But then knight takes queen. We are up a queen, right? So
So
they
knight
can't.
takes queen will also be a check.
Yeah, king will take back. He will take back. So it's not like you're winning more, but you win a queen. So basically, just to revise everything, we will not go more deep into the Ruy Lopez yet. We will go deeper later after we play some games in the Ruy Lopez in the future weeks. So right
Can
now,
you show me the Ruy Lopez play?
huh?
Ruy Lopez.
That's what we're doing, right? So if you just listen properly, you'll understand.
Sir, I can.
Then now you'll understand if you listen properly. So Praneeth, how do we play the Ruy Lopez?
King.
King up.
Pawn to e4.
Pawn to e4. Okay. Black plays pawn e5. Now
Knight f3.
knight f3. And still playing with his pens, right? Yeah.
So I'm player
hand and his
holding
opposition.
it.
Yeah, that's not holding. What you're doing like this, that's not holding a pen. You hold your pen with your leg, is it?
Sir, it was in my leg,
Yeah.
sir.
Your pen was on your leg. Crossing your legs, it
It
seems.
was on my leg, sir. I was
Yeah.
holding it near my leg.
In second favorite hobby of Ahan after playing with pens. Lying about what he's doing. Okay, knight f3, knight c6, and now Pranit.
Then bishop to b3. I said b5.
Bishop to b5. Now let's ask Shrenik, what's the main move for black here?
Sir, point 6.
Pawn a6. Now let's ask, Athar was not there when we discussed this, you were there. Okay, let's ask Ashvik, what's the main move for white, Ashvik?
Bishop a4.
Bishop a4. And now what's the main move behind for black?
Pawn to b5.
Pawn b5 is okay, but people play it like after one move. Who else? Shaurya?
Sir, knight to f6.
Yeah, they develop the knight first. Before we castle, you have to play pawn b5. Because then this will become a problem. So now white's main move is, who can tell me? The main move for white. Shrenik.
So, pawn e3.
Pawn d3. No, that's not the main move. Behind.
Sir, knight to c3.
That we discussed like 5 minutes telling that's not the right move. Aru.
Sir, castle.
Yeah, we learned this just now. Na? Castle.
That's all.
They can't take. Now, if they take, you've got rook e1 or you've got d4. We learned that just now, right? So this is not a free pawn. With the king in the center, if opponent's king is castled, this is a very risky pawn to take. White can play d4 and open up the e file, or directly rook e1 and you can win back the pawn. So black will not take. Black will play bishop to e7. Now they are threatening to take it. So now you can play rook e1 and the game goes on. And when you continue
And
the
leave
game,
space for the king.
yeah, now c3, d4. That's the way to play.
And develop.
Yeah. No, development first control the center with c3 and d4. That's how you get good positions in the
Sir, he's
ruler.
playing with this thread here.
Sir, it's coming in my leg.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we're going to start.